So in this video, we are going to talk about using an unordered list with hyperlinks to help us organize and make our navigation bars or menus look very nice and neat. We're going to stay in our chapter 6 folder like we were before in the previous videos. So I am going to go back, open up my chapter 6 folder one more time. Let me get there. And inside of your chapter 6 folder, you should have a file called called starter1.html. Okay, so starter1.html is the file that we're going to be working with in this video today. So I'm going to go ahead and open mine up, and let's play with because we in the other videos we were playing with Google Chrome. Let's go ahead and continue using Google Chrome. So if you have your flash drive out and you have the portable version on your flash drive, yeah, go ahead and get it out. If you have it on your computer, yeah, let's go ahead and actually bring it up into, you just file it into Google Chrome. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this file, my starter1.html file. I'm going to open this up in Notepad. Yeah, so staying with our good old Notepad here. So Notepad, there you go. And so here you have the template already done for you. Yay! So we just have a regular body. We have a style tag already in there. So to make our navigation bar, we're going to use a simple unordered list with hyperlinks. And we're going to use CSS to adjust our unordered list so we can make it look nice and neat, like if it was a little menu. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing we need to do is we need to make ourselves an unordered list. So here inside of my body tag, yeah, I'm gonna put also start my unordered list right below, or actually right above my paragraph tag with my copyright stuff in it. And let's do a simple unordered list. Yep. Alright. Now, we have to decide what we are going to do this with. Alright, so let's do this with, I'm thinking, maybe I'm thinking City of Sumter stuff. I'm thinking City of Sumter. Alright, so we'll put a link on there for the City of Sumter website. We'll probably put a link on there, probably Swan Lake, if we can find a website for it. Maybe probably the school district, So I will try to get in at least there's 4 links in here for an unordered list. Alright, so because you are doing an unordered list, remember we still have to keep our li tags. And so before we were putting words in our li tags, but now we're going to put in our hyperlinks, or we're going to use our anchor tag to put in our hyperlinks. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is let's make this first link. So we'll start with our href equals, and right here is where I need to go and put my I need to find my address for the City of Sumter. So I'm going to actually go out to the web real quick. So you may have Internet Explorer, or you may have your thing already up. Alright, and I am going to go to, I'm not exactly sure, I want to see it sumtersc.gov, I think, but let's see. Let's say I don't do Sumter County, I'll do Sumter City of Sumter. Alright, yeah, there it is. So it is sumtersc.gov. I thought that's what it was. It's been a while since I've been there. A while since I've been here to this website. Okay, so go ahead and go to Sumter. I'm going to highlight this address here, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it. Yeah, so I'm going to come back here to my notepad file, and I'm going to paste my address in there. Now I don't think. Oh, see, so it did have it in there. Okay, so I can take that out now. Okay, I was thinking that it didn't have the HTTP in it when I copied it, but it did. Okay, so I can take that other. So I took that extra HTTP out that I had. Okay. Now I got my address. I got my address in here for the city of Sumter, and I'm going to close out my first part of my hyperlink. Right. So that's the first part of my hyperlink. Right. So now I can put in my words or my links, my word links in there. I would say city of Sumter. Yeah. And after I type in my words for my word text for my text for my link, I'm going to close it out with your anchor tag, with the closing a tag or anchor tag. Right. So now we have one of our hyperlinks already in there for as part of our list item. Now let's go ahead and actually close out our very first list item at the end. Okay. So that right there is very simple. Taking two concepts that we've already learned before in our previous chapters, and we're going to combine them together to make something to help us organize our basically a navigation bar or a menu. Okay, so now that I have my one item on my menu here, I'm going to go ahead and make another list item with a hyperlink. I need to figure out, and I think I said Swan Lake. Let's see if Swan Lake has a website. I'm pretty sure they do, but let's be sure. And it actually might be on this webpage too. So, yeah, Swan Lake, Sumter SC. Really, they do not have an actual website, do they? Very, very interesting. Okay, so apparently they have one down here. Okay, so fine, very interesting. Huh. Okay, so I'm going to use this web page that they have on the Cedar Something's website already, and I'm going to use this as my link for Swan Lake. That might be a project we have to do. You may have to actually make a website for Swan Lake Iris Gardens. All right. So I got my address here. I copied my address. Yeah, I'm using to copy my address. I'm just using the Control C keyboard shortcut. So that's why you may not see when I do it. You may not see a shortcut menu or a menu. So I'm gonna paste it in there. Okay. Okay, there is my second link. Um, yeah. Like I said, we're trying to get maybe like five of them on here. Um, let's also do the Sumter County. Yeah, since we're here, we're talking about good old Sumter here. Let's do Sumter County. And I think it's Sumter County. Something. I think it's all the. Yeah, Sumter County SC.org. Yeah. Yes, this is the Sumter County website. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the address for here, Sumter County website. Copy it. Right. So I had that address. Now I'm going to come back to my notepad here. Now I'm going to go ahead, and finish off my hyperlink for Sumter County. I'm just gonna put Sumter County on there. Alright, so we need 2 more. Let's do the Chamber of Commerce. I know they have a website. Yeah, so let's do the Sumter Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, so I got my hyperlink in there, or my start of my hyperlink. And I'm going to, let's go to Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, South Carolina. Yeah, because there is a Sumter, Florida, Sumter County, Florida. So a lot of people may probably confuse the two. But yeah, so we have the SumterChamber.com. That's the one that we're looking for. Yeah, so I'm going to come up here on my Sumter Chamber website, get that address, copy it. I'm going to go back to my notepad here, and I'm going to paste in my Sumter Chamber address. Okay, Sumter Chamber of Commerce. Now watch I spell this wrong. Did I spell that right? I'm gonna see it in a minute. That looks right. Okay, now we need one more link. And I want to put the school district. Yeah, let's put the school district. Since we're dealing with Sumter County, and that's like one of the biggest things here in town, because that's all we got. Yeah, so let's do this on the school. Alright, so LI, start our hyperlink. Oops, let me put a space in between there. And I want to say it's, let's look it up, because I don't have a clue. Sumter School District, yes. At sumterschools.net, okay? So click on Sumter School District, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that link. Alright, so Sumter Schools. We'll go back to my notepad here. And that's my address. In my text link, I want to put Sumter School District. Yeah. And that should be all that we need. All right. So those are 5. Those are 5 links for our menu. Okay. So we have our one for City of Sumter, one for Swan Lake, one for Sumter County. We got one for the Chamber of Commerce, and we have one for the school district. Okay, nice. All right, now let's go ahead. We have it. Let's go ahead and save this. Bring it up in our Google Chrome. Reload it in Google Chrome, or bring it up in Google Chrome, and let's see what we got here. Let's make sure all the links work, and they go where we want to go. And if we have to change something, we can change something. So go ahead, save. Let's save it. Yeah, save. Go back up to my thing here, and yeah, let me go back here. Where's my new tab? I thought I opened it. I didn't open it. Fine. So we go to my Control Open. There it is. Alright. and I'm going to go down to my starter one. Dot HTML. There you are. Nice. So we have our unordered list with our links in there. So when I click on the City of Sumter link, it should take me to the City of Sumter. Yeah. Click on Swan Lake. Yeah, it takes me to Swan Lake. The Swan Lake webpage. Sumter County. Yep. Looks good. And school district. Nice. Sweet. Okay. Now we're going to use CSS to actually organize this a little bit. So with CSS, what we're going to do, we're going to actually take out the dots of our unordered list. I think we played with, and we're going to do that. We're going to use text decoration. And text decoration, we used it before. We were trying to we got rid of our actual lines that from under these hyperlinks. We did that before, so we're going to do that again. So you can get rid of underlines. We're also going to use the CSS property of list style, and so that's going to allow us to actually get rid of the buttons on there. So I'm going to open up my bring back starter1.html file. I'm gonna read that back up into Notepad, and we're going to jump right into our style sheet. So we're going to go right up to inside of our style tag that's already up there, and now we're going to start putting in the CSS for our menu. So the first thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and get rid of our let's get rid of our bullets. So to do that, we are going to, because our bullets are on the UL tag, we're going to have to use our selector UL for an ordered list. So we can let the browser know, okay, anything associated with this tag, this is what I want to do to it. All right, so we want to get rid of the bullets. So in CSS, you have to use a property called list style type. Right, so the style type, you can actually they have many different versions or different things you can actually use for style types. So if you want to change a bullet to numbers, you want to change it to alphabets. If you want to change the images, you can do that as well. You just have to tell it to change the style type. But in this particular case, because we don't want any bullets, we are going to tell it none. So because we don't want any style type, colon, and we'll put none. All right. So this right here lets the browser know that we do not want any. We do not want any bullets on our unordered list. Okay. Let's see. Next victim. So the next thing let's go ahead and take away our text decoration on our hyperlink. So we did this earlier in the semester, and what we did with text decoration, it just took the underline from out of the hyperlink. So going right underneath my curly brace, closing curly brace for my UL tag. So under my curly brace for my UL tag, I am going to come here and put because we're getting rid of the underline for our hyperlinks, we're going to have to add that to the A tag or to our anchor tag, because the anchor tag is the tag that actually has the underlines on it. So do my A selector, and we're going to tell it to do our style decorate, oh, text decoration, sorry. And we're going to tell it to do none as well. So now once we save this, and since we got rid of the text decoration, we got rid of underline, and we got rid of the bullets on our unordered list, when we open up our unordered list or open up our file in um, Google Chrome, give us the Internet Explorer, but in Google Chrome, we should have our links with no underlines and with no bullets right next to them. All right, so let's go ahead, let's save this. And I'm gonna bring up in my Google Chrome here. Do I refresh? Ha 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 ha! Beauty mess. And see now, the bullets are gone and the underlines are gone. So it's starting to look a lot neater, right? So that's cool. Right. So the next trick that we're going to do, we're actually right now, it's horizontal, it's vertical. But you can also use CSS to actually change it to horizontal, because everyone we're used to seeing a horizontal menu at the top. So we're going to do that real quick, so you can actually have a nice menu or navigation bar up at the top. Right. So let me go back to my notepad here, and to do this, I'm trying to remember where it is. I want to say it's on the UL tag. The next might be an ally tag. I think it might be an ally tag. I think we have to add an ally selector. We'll see in a minute. Ha ha ha. Use our ally selector. Let me change these a little bit. And we are going to put the CSS property of display, and we're going to tell it to do inline. And so we're basically telling it, okay, display this inline. We do it as another. I think we're doing another list. So we're going to tell it to do so we're going to tell it to do inline display these li tags or these list items all in a line or together or in a line. So it's going to be display colon and inline, and that one piece of code right there in CSS will make your change the orientation of your unordered list or your list, so it can make it look nice and neat as if it was horizontal on top of your page. So I'm gonna go ahead and so now we have a display inline in there. Now if we go to save it, we go to our Google Chrome here. Now you see it's all in the line up here, and you see they look kind of a little close together. And we can do that. We can actually add some padding to it, so that it'll add some nice spaces right across in between each list item, so it can actually be spread out across the top. So let's do that right now. Alright, so on our li tags, let's put some padding. And let's put the padding of, let's do 10 pixels, 10 pixel padding. And like I said, this right here should actually put some space in between our li tags. So hit save. Make it like nice and easier to read. Make it nice and neat. There you go. So now it actually looks like a little menu. Right down here. So we're doing a little something something. Okay. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about, we're actually going to talk about pseudo classes. And you probably have gone to websites where you are going to click on, or you put your cursor over a link or whatever, and it actually changes to a different color. Or it actually, so when you hover over, it changes to a different color. It may, if you go to visit a link, when you come back to that same link, when you hit the back button, the color of the link has actually changed. That's what they call pseudo classes, and you can basically allows you to add these effects to your anchor tags without having to add any, I won't say add any additional, but without having to, you can style your anchor tags without having to do any extra major coding. Like so, the pseudo classes on your book, it starts on page, let me see here, 265. Yeah, on 265. Yeah, so it shows you how you can do the how you can actually do the link. You have visited focus and the hover, and we're going to probably what we'll do there. We'll probably actually concentrate probably on the hover and probably on the visit link on the visit. So right now, because since we clicked on all of these links up here, you notice that they were blue at one point. Now they're like a little purple color. That is the for web browsers. That is the default color for visited links, or links that you already visited. But we can, using a CSS pseudo class, we can actually change that color and make it to a color that we desire. Okay, so we have that looking nice right there. So let's go back to our CSS here in our notepad, and we're going to put our, and we're going to make another style tag. I don't say style tag, but that's style tag, but actually style rule. I should say style rule for our anchor tag, for our A tag. So we can actually bring it down here. So right down here at the bottom, after my li tag I have here, I'm going to put A, and I want to put a semicolon, and with my colon, and with my colon, this is where I'm going to put my pseudo class. What I want what I want the style to be when this particular action is done to the hyperlink. So let's do this as a hover, and so you're gonna put the word hover in there, and now after the word hover, now you can put in your curly braces you're used to putting in. Yeah. So you basically just add another component to your CSS, to your CSS style. Right. So now we can actually tell it what, if you want to change the background color, if you want to make it a background color, we can do that. If you want to change the color of it, if you want to do that, if you want to actually have it as an image, you can put that in here as well. You can do a background image as whatever. Right. So let's go ahead. You have hover. Let's make give it a background color. And let's do this as red, so we can actually see nice and big. And because we're putting it inside of its own, or we're giving it its own style rule, we can actually add anything CSS related. We can actually add to this particular item. So if we wanted to add some padding to it, we can add some padding to it. If we wanted to adjust it a little bit, we can do that. So like I said, we can do a lot of those things. If we want to actually change the color of the text, we can do that as well. So color, it can make it white. Yeah. So because what's going to happen is when we put our mouse cursor over that particular link, the background color is going to change it to green. Change it to red, and then also because we told it to change the text color to white, the text color of that link is going to change to white as well. Alright, so let's try this out, shall we? Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and save this. And I'm gonna bring this up. All right. Okay. So now, now in order for it to see what we applied to, we had to hover over. We had to put our mouse cursor over our links. So let's see. So, and this is so basically now every time you can the person can actually see okay what link they're actually clicking on. Yay! Right. You can also do one like I mentioned. You can also do one for visited links. So, for example, since we clicked on these links already before, if we want to let the person change it, instead of actually making that nice, purple that always comes up, we can actually change it to another color. Especially if you want to stay within your color scheme that you're using for your website, you can do that as well. And also, if you want to, one thing that a lot of people do is they tend to, if they're on the page already, they try to go to the menu and actually click on that page again with on the page that they're already on. You can use the pseudocode or yes, a CSS pseudo classes to actually stop the person from actually doing that. So it'll change the color of the so when the page is active, it'll actually you can actually make it change the color so let the person know that okay this is from grayed out, you can't click on it, or this is the page that you're already on. So the pseudo classes are actually very helpful, especially and it brings a lot of interactivity into your website. Now you can use buttons with CSS. You can actually make CSS buttons, and with that you'll just make a class called button, and you can add the pseudo classes to that particular button. But yet the button itself is a separate uh, class or separate part that you'll have to code inside of your CSS, and you can just add the pseudo classes based on that particular class. And you can see that on page 268 in your book. Okay, so seems to be so that'd be very cool if you want to actually play with that. And I highly recommend probably even doing it in your uh, put some interactivity inside of your project when you go to make your menu for your website.